So good morning and happy Moonday. We have Mercury going retrograde this week in Leo. So that is the topic of our meditation. Good morning, whoever is joining us. I'm new to YouTube Live. So normally I've done Facebook Lives and I know how to say hello. So if you want to say hello, like in the comments, I think I can see them over there. Welcome. You'll recognize this is not my usual background. I'm at my mom's house. So that's like my childhood bed right there in my bunk bed in my mom's house. So welcome. And I'm glad y'all are here who are joining us live. This is a meditation and gentle practice for Mercury retrograde in Leo. So we'll start in oh, hey, Brooke. Good morning. Glad you're here. So we'll start in a comfortable seat. I'm in Virasana. I love to sit on my knees personally, more than Sukhasana, the easy seated like crisscross applesauce pose, but whatever you prefer is fine for a comfortable seat. If you have something to sit on, that's great. Like I'm not at my house, so I don't have any props here. So I'll just be sitting on my knees. So we'll get started there. And if you remember, Leo it rules over like the upper abdomen, like the solar plexus. Leo is ruled by the sun. So the solar plexus, third chakra is big. In Leo, the sign of Leo also governs the heart. Think heart like a lion. There's a good Revolution song called Heart Like a Lion that's very much like Leo energy. So we'll be tapping into sort of those spaces in a physical sense today. And then also Mercury rules over our thoughts, our communication, our sort of, like intellect, like our thinking mind. So things like brain fog might be coming up, having trouble expressing ourselves in a clear and communicative way. So this practice aims at addressing that in a physical and then in our meditation sense. So as you settle into your comfortable seated pose, can you just notice your base? Notice the points of contact with support below you. Notice how you have arrived in your seated pose. How is your spine as you tap into your seat and your base and kind of root down there? Can you create a sense of ease and lift and like you're sitting up tall in a sort of regal Leo way here in your comfortable seat? And then can you just be with that for a few rounds of breath? As you inhale, can you create a sense of lift? Even if you don't move, if you reach your sort of maximum length with your spine, each inhale, can you create a sense of lifting up through the spine, length, sitting up tall and proud? With each exhale, can you create a sense of softening? Maybe softening something in your mind, in your face, your shoulders, or your hips. And as you do that, tap into your breath. Tap into how you're breathing as you enter this practice. What is the natural state of your breath this morning? If you're watching and you've just woken up, maybe your breath is already calm, like in a sleep state, or maybe you're watching this later in the day and or you've already had caffeine this early in the morning. Is that showing its face on your breath? And can you move towards your comfortable maximum breath? Inhale to create a sense of expansion through the torso and lift through the spine, sitting up tall and proud. Exhale to soften, resting into that proud and tall, comfortable seat. And just continuing to ride the wave of your breath further into the present moment. And then we'll begin to link our breath with movement. So with an inhale, we'll bring the hands out and up. When you reach the top of the inhale is when the hands reach the top above your head. Exhale, hands begin their descent as they come out and down. When you run out of air to breathe out is when the hands reach the bottom. So with the breath now, inhale, hands out and up. Can you make the breath match the movement? Coming into this mindful practice, hands come out and down on the exhale. If they're not matching up, like if you're running out of air to breathe and you still have movement or vice versa, can you slow one or the other down, slow the breath down or movement down so that they match? And with the next time we inhale the hands out and up, with an exhale, we'll just cactus the arms. And so when you cactus the arms, can you think lengthen through the back of the neck, maybe even pull the elbows back so the heart shines forward a little bit. And then with an inhale, we'll lift the heart, maybe lean back. So think lift through the heart and then exhale, pull the low ribs in. So we'll just keep the hands where they are. Think seated cat-cow sort of on the exhale. We're activating the deep core to pull those low ribs in, keeping the elbows pulling back to keep the heart open. And then inhale, lift through the heart. So just a subtle movement. So think inhale, shine your heart out. Exhale, activate that deep core to just pull the rib cage back to neutral. So inhale and lift. Keep those elbows pulling back. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, activate that deep core. Maybe pull in the deep core muscles more than you have to just do that movement. Inhale and lift. Exhale and back to neutral. Deep core activates. One more time. Inhale and lift. Exhale, activate that deep core. And then on your next inhale, we'll reach the hands out and up again. And then with an exhale, we'll bring the left hand down to right knee. Right hand reaches around either to your back or around for that left hip crease. Inhale, sit up any amount taller. Exhale, rotate any amount more. Maybe you soften something in your face, soften that right shoulder, twist your neck any amount more, chin towards that right shoulder. And then with an inhale, we'll unwind all the way back up through center. Exhale, second side. Right hand comes to left knee. Inhale, sit up any amount taller. Exhale, roll that left shoulder down. Maybe soften something in your face, your mind, your shoulders, your neck. And then with an inhale, we'll lift up and come through center again. And then with an exhale, we bring the hands out and down. Once you reach there, can you inhale? Lengthen the spine any amount more. And then exhale, we'll drop the chin towards the chest. And then we'll inhale the right ear over towards right shoulder. So exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, other side, left ear towards left shoulder, keeping those shoulders dropping down. Exhale, chin towards chest. And inhale through center or to the other side. So just side to side, little gentle head rolls now. And then if you wanted to add anything other here that feels interesting to you or feels like it calls to you, maybe you get creative. Maybe you want to take whole head rolls around if you're into that, or if you want to bring one ear to one shoulder and maybe play with the tilt of your chin and just tap into this sort of creative movement, creative expression around the throat chakra here for this Mercury retrograde. All about your self-expression, perhaps getting distorted during this next 3 weeks to a month or so from now. Can you continue linking this movement with the breath? And then the next exhale, when the chin comes towards the chest, with an inhale, we'll just bring the head back up to neutral. And then with an exhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back and down. So inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And as you do these shoulder rolls, can you see what's happening with your neck? Keep the neck nice and long and see what's happening with your rib cage. Keep that spine long. The only thing we want to move here is the shoulders. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And then we'll go the other way together. So inhale as the shoulders come up. With an exhale, we'll send them forward and down. So inhale back, think open through the heart, lift up on the inhale, exhale forward and down with the breath. Rotating those shoulders as much as you can, feeling those shoulder blades get a nice glide along the rib cage. And then the next exhale forward and down. With an inhale, we'll just find neutral. And then we're going to move them independently of each other. This is a brain challenge for your Mercury retrograde. So with an inhale, we'll bring one shoulder up, send it back and down, other shoulder. So can you just move them independently, one at a time with your breath? So you might move a little slower now. Back and down by themselves. And then next time you've done both arms, if you remember which one you started on, doesn't matter if you don't, we'll go the other way. So forward and down, forward and down. Can you notice, do you have a tendency to turn your rib cage to achieve that, right? Can you isolate the movement? So think deep core engaged to keep the rib cage still as you move just your shoulders. And then we'll come back to neutral with the shoulders, and we're going to move them. It's like rubbing your belly and patting your head. Can you move them opposite directions? So one's going forward and down, the other's going back and down with your breath. So inhale up and exhale, send them in their opposite ways. Inhale up, exhale, send them in their opposite ways. See if you start to really turn your rib cage with that movement. Can you keep the deep core engaged so the rib cage stays so still? Keep that deep core engaged. Keep that heart lifting. And then we're going to switch directions. So this is where it gets challenging. This is the brain challenge, which is good for Mercury retrograde. So now your other shoulder is going forward, and the one that was going forward is now going back. And see if they have a tendency to want to like sync up, right, as you do it some more. And see if you're wanting to twist the rib cage. So it's a lot to go on in your brain. Keep that core engaged. Keep that rib cage from twisting. Keep the shoulders from like switching directions on you. And then with the next inhale, we'll bring them up together and exhale back and down. Maybe you do that a couple times and just find any little movements you feel like you need to arrive in your meditation posture. So whatever that's going to look like for you in your meditation posture. Sometimes I encourage laying down. For this one, I'll encourage sitting up. We have one more little movement activity to settle us into meditation. So as you're ready, with an inhale, we'll bring the hands up by the ears as if you were cupping right behind your ears, like you're trying to hear somebody better, cupping right behind the ears. And we'll do this moving meditation to turn the thoughts into love. So just like this Leo energy, Leo's like romance and creativity and this sort of self-expression that makes you feel romantic. So with an exhale, we'll think we're collecting all this sensory input from our ears and our eyes and all of our thoughts. Exhale, bring it right to the center of your forehead, sort of the seat of your intellect. And then with an inhale, we'll collect any more thoughts. Maybe your thumbs are touching the forehead. And then exhale, bring those thoughts and sensory input all down to your heart. Maybe your thumb touches your heart. Inhale and breathe all that thought and just stuff into your heart. Maybe you hold for a moment and then exhale, send it out as this warm love. And so with the next inhale, we bring the hands up by the ears again, like you're cupping your ears, gathering everything you hear. Exhale, hands come around, just kind of collecting all the thoughts, like you're sifting out your brain. Inhale and bring in any more thoughts now, like you're just breathing them into your hands, and exhale, bring them down to heart center. Inhale and breathe in all those thoughts. Maybe you even hold as you sort of transform all this just stuff into love, and exhale to send it out. So with your breath now, a few more times, this moving meditation, Inhaling up, exhaling to collect, to sift. Inhaling to bring any more thoughts out of the head and into the hands, and exhaling to bring them all that down to your heart. Inhale to collect all that brain stuff into your heart, and exhale to send it out into the world as love with your breath. Now, a few more rounds like that. So the next time you take your full breath with the hands at heart center, transforming your thoughts into love and sending it out into the world, we'll just pause there. And maybe you keep your hands at heart center. Maybe you want to place, instead of this namaskar position, you want to place one hand on the heart and the other hand on that hand. Or you could certainly just let your hands fall away for our more still seated guided meditation portion. And so as you arrive into that stillness, can you notice again your base? Notice your spine. Notice if anything feels different or similar to when we first checked in at the beginning of practice. And then can you, for a few rounds now, come back to that inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften something, whether it's physically, mentally, or otherwise. With each inhale, can you embody that sense of sitting up taller and prouder and like the regal lion, firm in who you are? With each exhale, softening a little more around the edges. Like you're so settled in your being that all is well. Inhale to lengthen any amount more. Each inhale embodying that pride and that assuredness in yourself. Each exhale just softening into that, knowing that you don't have to be rigid in your self-esteem and your proudness of who you are and your being. And then can you concentrate your breath now into this area of your solar plexus and your heart? Can you feel maybe the juncture of the rib cage as you inhale? The juncture of the rib cage and the abdomen, the place where the bony tissue of the rib cage connects with the soft tissue of the abdomen. Can you feel that place expand all the way around as you inhale? So through the sides, through the back of the body, the front of the body, as you inhale, feel that entire space expand. As you exhale, feel the space contract, soften. So just for a few more rounds now, breathe into that place, that physical place in your body. But also know that you're breathing into your solar plexus, the seat of your self-expression. And let your mind rest there, your awareness rest on your solar plexus, on that physical place in your body. And maybe what is blocking there? What is feeling less aligned? Can you just breathe into that place like you're fanning the flame of your solar plexus, your Agni, until there's just a pure, warm, burning flame. And notice the qualities of this flame, this Agni. It's the seat of your digestion, but also your self-expression, how you put yourself into the world. Is it cluttered with stuff that is not you? Or is it flickering and blowing in the wind, flitting around? Or is this flame steady and bright? Or some combination thereof? Can you keep breathing into that place, especially feeling perhaps the expansion of the rib cage and the abdomen as you inhale, and exhaling, feeling a softening through there as you sit with your awareness on this burning flame right above your navel, right at that place where the rib cage and abdomen connect. And then can you let the warmth of this flame expand upward to your heart? And then feel yourself breathing into this warm-hearted place. So assured in yourself, the warmth from your being, from your self-expression, filling your heart with a sense of love that you can breathe out into the world. So on each inhale now, collecting that warmth from your third chakra, from your seat of self-expression, and letting it fill your heart. Exhaling to let that love from deep within your being radiate out into the world. Continuing to inhale and expand the sense of warmth and genuine, true to you love within yourself that comes from you. And exhaling to send it out into the ethers, into the space around you, into wherever it's needed in the world. And can you now let, from this pure flame place, this place of pure love radiating from your being, let an intention arise into your awareness. Try not to overthink it. Hopefully that's the idea, that we've transformed our thoughts into this pure love to radiate out into the world. Don't let this intention be born from over intellectualizing. Let it be born from deep within your being. What sankalpa, what heartfelt resolve do you want to tap into and sort of use as your focus when things get a little hairy during Mercury retrograde, when things get a little confusing, or when it feels like the ethers want to blow you off course, what is going to be your guiding light coming from deep within you, from this place of your inner fire? What lights you on fire? What strikes this warm-heartedness within you that you want to tap into and come back to and uncover when the winds of Mercury retrograde sort of want to blow your flame out? What is the fuel for this heartfelt desire for you? And can you let that land in your heart space, planting it like a seed, and just spend 3 breaths now breathing life into that sankalpa, that intention, that heartfelt desire, with an inhale, maybe even saying it to yourself, and exhaling to send it out where you intend it to go. Let that intention radiate around you. 2 more times with your breath. Inhaling to collect your awareness. Exhaling to let that be your guiding light and radiate around your being. 1 more time. And then with the next inhale, we'll bring the right hand to the heart, left hand to that solar plexus, to that soft portion of the abdomen. And then just feel your own warmth with your hands radiating out into your palms. Inhale and feel those places expand into your palms. Exhale and soften. Can you come back to one more time that inhale, find length through the spine, sit tall and proud in yourself. Exhale and soften around the edges a little bit. And then with an inhale, we'll bring the hands to this Anjali Mudra, this prayer shape at heart center. Exhale, knowledge of the head bows to the wisdom of the heart. Thank you so much for joining me this lovely Monday morning. And please keep shining your beautiful light into the world. Thanks so much for joining me today. And I hope to see y'all in the meditation challenge. You can go to yogiscopes.com/challenge to join us there for more of this. If this felt like what you needed, felt good, come join us in the challenge, and also the Yogiscopes flow on Wednesday, which will just be more of this. That is now will be available to challenge participants as well as folks in the membership. So I hope to see y'all there, and I hope you have a beautiful week and a beautiful Mercury retrograde, staying tapped into your guiding light that comes from within you, not anywhere else. It comes from deep within your being. So thanks for being here, and take care. Have a great week.